Last day we discussed about the queries. So basically the update query, delete query, and already we have discussed about two kind of SQL statements. So the first one is data definition language SQL, data definition language, and the second one is we have already discussed about DML, data manipulation language. We discussed about the second thing, which is data manipulation language. Okay. So we discussed about two things already. So first one is data definition language. Under that, we discuss about few stuff. First one is how to create database and how to delete a database, right? So then under DDL, we discuss create, alter, and drop tables. We just create, edit, and drop table. We discuss about this part. And data manipulation language, basically, we discuss about CRUD application. What are CRUD? Can you remember what are the CRUD applications? CRUD means, yes, create, retrieve, update, and delete. So basically, creating, retrieving, updating, and deleting data. Retrieve means select. So we learn select query there. Create means insert query. So update means update query, delete means delete query. So we learn about these SQL when it comes to this DDL, DML, and I said that in A-level ICT there are more. So not A-level ICT, in SQL there are more like DQ or the transaction control language, TCL, and DDL, DML, TCL, the transaction control language. But TCL is not there for A levels. This is not for A levels. For A levels, you should know DDL and DML. DCL is also there. Data control language is also there. That is also not for A levels. But so it is better to have idea about this transaction. What transactions are. So basically, when there's a concurrency, ඒ කියන්නේ දෙන්නෙකුට වැඩිය දෙන්නෙක් හෝ ඊට වැඩි පිරිසක් එකම ඩේටාත් එක්ක වැඩ කරද්දී, for an example, you go and withdraw from a bank. ඔයාලා ගිහලා බැංක් එකෙන් සල්ලි ගන්නවා. එතකොට එක්කෙනෙක් ගන්නවා ATM එකෙන්, තව එක්කෙනෙක් ගන්නවා සමහර සප්ලිමන්ට් කාඩ් එකෙන්. එහෙම නැත්නම් තව එක්කෙනෙක් ඔන්ලයින් පේ කරනවා ඒ account එකෙන්. So එතකොට මොකද්ද වෙන්න පුළුවන්? දෙන්නෙක් සල්ලි ගනිද්දී එකම වෙලාවට අපි තුන් රුපියල් 10000ක් තියෙනවා. එක්කෙනෙක් 5000ක බිලක් ගෙවනවා, අනිත් එක්කෙනා රුපියල් 8000ක් විත්ඩ්‍රෝ කරනවා. එකම වෙලාවේ ATM එකෙන්, අනිත් එක්කෙනා online. Then so one item must be locked. දෙකටම allow කරොත් බැංකුවට රුපියල් 3000ක් පාඩු වෙනවා. හේතුව එක්කෙනෙක් 8000ක් ගන්නවා, තව කෙනෙක් 5000කුත් ගන්නවා. 8යි 5යි 13ක් අරගෙන ඔක්කොම. හැබැයි 10 account එකේ තිබ්බේ. දෙන්නම එකම වෙලාවේ තිබ්බොත් එකම වෙලාවේ දෙන්නට ගන්න දුන්නොත් 10,000න් 8,000ත් approve කරන්න වෙනවා, 5,000ත් approve කරන්න වෙනවා, අන්තිමට 13,000ක් withdraw කළා. Earlier days these kind of things happen in the banks. ඉස්සර මේ වගේ ඒවා වෙලා තියෙනවා. එකම account එකකින් තැන් දෙකකින් withdraw කරා. So but in TCL the transaction controlling part is there. ඒතර SQL වල TCL තමයි එක කරන්නේ. හැබැයි A level වල එක නැහැ. ඊළඟට DCL. DCL means data control language. So in there actually basically the privileges, different accounts, and creating different accounts, administrative privilege, drawn privilege, withdrawn privilege. The privileges tama mainly security settings handle කරන එක තමයි මෙතනදී කරන්නේ. Okay, ඔය දෙක අපිට එච්චර කතා කරන්න දෙයක් නැහැ. මේ දෙක තමයි තියෙන්නේ. So today is Today our plan is to start our brand new topic, the new one. This is also a very popular topic in A levels, that is ER diagrams. Today we are going to start our new lesson, that is ER diagrams. After ER diagrams, this lesson, then I said that we have to do normalization, and after normalization, the only part remaining is networking. So, but what if you miss the other lessons? For an example, so the most critical lessons in A level වල ගොඩක්ම පුතේ මේ අමාරුම lesson එකක් අමාරුම කියන්නේ නැහැ. අතන ගොඩක්ම වැඩිපුර තියෙන lesson එකක් තමයි Python කියලා කියන්නේ. Unfortunately, if you miss Python, but still you are lucky because we are going to start Python today in our 2022 class. Just after this, මේකට පස්සේ අපි දැන් 6 ඉඳන් 8 වෙනකන් මේක යන්නේ. ඊට පස්සේ 8 ඉඳන් 6 ඉඳන් 7:45 වෙනකන් තමයි මේක යන්නේ. එතකොට 8 ඉඳන් 9:45 වෙනකන් තියෙන ක්ලාස් එකේ අද අපි Python පටන් ගන්නවා. It's also a new lesson. ඉතින් ඒ හින්දා ඔයාලට මොකක් හරි bad luck එකක් හින්දා Python miss වුණා නම් එතකොට ඔයාලට 2022 ක්ලාස් එකට එන්න පුළුවන් free. ඇවිල්ලා ඒක අල්ල ගන්න පුළුවන්. ඒ හින්දා ඒකටත් ඔප්ෂන් එකක් තියෙනවා. ඊළඟ වැදගත්ම පාඩම තමයි ඉන්ටර්නෙට් ඊමේල් and HTML. ඒකත් 2022 පාඩමෙන් කරගන්න පුළුවන්. එතකොට මේන් ලෙසන් අපිට මිස් වෙන්නේ මේන් ලෙසන් විදිහට මම හිතන විදිහට ඔයාලට දැන් ඇවිල්ලා දැන් ක්ලාස් එකට පහුව වෙලා આવොත් මිස් වෙන්නේ logic gate, operating system, number systems කියන lessons තුන විතරයි ප්‍රධාන වශයෙන්. අනිත් lessons වල main lessons cover කරගන්න චූටි චූටි අනිත් lessons miss වෙනවා. ඒත් main lessons ඔයාලට cover කරගන්න පුළුවන්. තාමත් ඔයගොල්ලෝ පරක්කු නැහැ. අද ER diagram එක කරා. ඊට පස්සේ ER diagram වලින් පස්සේ අපිට තියෙන normalization. ඒතර database part එක ඉවර වෙනවා. database part එක ඉවර වෙනවත් එක්කම අපි මේකේ පටන් ගන්න networking part එක. So marks යන විදිය ඔයගොල්ලෝ දන්නවා. database මම කලිනුත් කියලා තියෙනවා database up to 15 marks යන්න පුළුවන්, maximum 15. එතකොට maximum කියන්නේ range එකේ right. database වලට 15. එතකොට Python වලට අපිට එනවා ලකුණු. Python will get 25 marks, and web, internet and web, for that you'll get around 20 marks, and then you have this logic gate, number system, another 15 marks there. Another 15 marks there. So networking, so another 12 to 15 marks there in the networking part. And yes, it is database, Python, www. මේ දවසේ දැන් අපි හිතමු මේ මාසේ join වුණොත් කාට හරි පුළුවන්. They can cover databases, actually halfway, not fully. Python 40 marks, 60 marks, 75 marks, 75 plus 15 is 90 marks. So still you can cover, but you have to come to the both classes, 2022 and 21 both classes, right? Okay, so let's focus on today's topic, that is ER diagrams. So we learned, if you can remember, previously in this class, we learned about the flow charts in software development. And before Python, we learned about flow chart and pseudocodes. So maybe in your O levels, you have learned about flow charts. So flow charts are used as a design tool. It is used as a design tool when you want to create a software. Before that, to plan, you are generating the flow charts, pseudocode, different diagrams, right? Similar to that, before design a database, so it is a very good practice if you can do the ER diagram part. So this is actually introduced by a person called Chen, right? But this is very useful method in identifying bugs or errors in early stages in the database, right? What is ER diagram? ER diagram is basically a visual representation of different entities. What are the entities? So entities means you can say participating units, or participating units can be like a person, a system, a concept, a thing, something like. Anyway, so it's a different entities within a system and how they relate to each other and how they work with each other, the participating units and their work. So that is basically the ER diagram. So there's an example given. For an example, the elements write a novel, consumer may be described in ER in the following way. කියලා කියලා තියෙනවා. අපි ඒක අමතක කරලා පොඩ්ඩක් බලමු මෙතන වෙලා තියෙන දේ. writer. novel එකක් ලියන කෙනෙක්. අපි ගත්තම writer කියලා කියන්න පුළුවන්. writer writes novel or writer create novel. writer කෙනෙක් novel එකක් create කරනවා. මම මේ උදාහරණයක් කියලා දෙන්නම්. එතකොට ඒක අපි diagram එකක් විදියට ලියන්නේ මෙහෙම. The database එකේදී writer කියන්නේ එක table එකක්, novel කියන්නේ එක table එකක්. ඒ novel එක purchase කරන කෙනා, the consumer is another table. So basically ER diagrams, in ER diagram these are the entities, this square kind of things. The square symbol or the rectangle symbol represent an entity. These entities will become tables in the database. Entities, it has a table again. Tables these relationships are the foreign key primary key relationships. So we already learned this in the SQL part. These relationships are the foreign key primary key relationship between these entities. Okay, so this is the basic idea, right? What is ER diagram? It is basically the participating units and how they interact with each other, or entities and their interactions. So why this is done? We need a plan before creating the actual database. So we need a plan before creating actual database. That's why we need ERD. That's why we need ER diagrams. Because we need a plan before creating the actual database. Okay, so I'm not going to give, anyway, I'm sending this note to you. But since this is the introduction, so I think better you write down this, because this is only this one, right? Only this one and the diagram, because you need basic introduction to it before we start. Can you please write down this? Make ඉක්මනින් ලියා ගන්න පුතේ. හරි, ඊට පස්සේ අපි බලමු කොහොමද මේවා ඇත්තටම database එකට map වෙන්නේ කියලා. And we have to create some ER diagrams, because there's a question coming from the ERD or DFD, ER diagram or data flow diagram. So there are two things. So one is ER diagram, the second one is data flow diagram. We have to learn both. First of all, let's learn the ER diagram part. So please write down this and draw this in your book. Meanwhile, if you have any question, you can raise that, you can ask, even you can send it in the chat section. So if you need any assistance, I can help. Anything unclear, so I can help. It's a big, if you're going to write all these things, it will become a very big note. But anyway, I'll share this document with you. So it has all the things, previous things, even this queries that we tried and all these things about the keys, everything is here. This is like 27 pages. I'll share this with you. If you want, you can take a printout. That's totally up to you. So then the history of ER, I said that Peter Chen, the Chen is the person who have created this in 1970s. So he has done here. So, but the concept started 1970, the data modeling or the database designing, but there were no proper solutions. So when Peter Chen introduced this ER model, so he has introduced using his paper entity relationship model toward unified view of data. So paper means something. Sometimes you don't know what is a paper. Paper එකක් කියන්නේ it's when a researcher want to find out his finding of the research. I think you know the difference between search and research. Search කියලා කියන්නේ මේ නිකන් අපි වගේ සාමාන්‍යයෙන් දැන් A level ළමෙක් කරන්නේ search. ඔයාට දැනගන්න ඕන අපි හිතමු database ගැන නැත්නම් මොනවාද structural database ගැන එහෙම නැත්නම් ඔයාට දැනගන්න ඕන database design ගැන database design concepts ගැන ඔයා කරන්නේ search ගිහිල්ලා හොයනවා කියන්නේ search හැබැයි search කරාම එන detail වලින් ඔයාට කවුරු හරි හොයාගත්ත දෙයක් කියවලා බලන්න පුළුවන්. You can just find out what is database design, what are the things there, so what kind of methods are used in database design. So all these things are there in maybe Wikipedia or they are in some other sites. You can see the concept, the idea. You can get information. So but researchers, they use this information and they introduce a new mechanism or new dimension or new thing. Researchers are කියන කට්ටිය ඊට වැඩි පොඩ්ඩක් උඩ ඉන්නේ. දැන් ලංකාවේ අඩු research. Searchers ලා ඉන්නවා. Searching is very simple. Searching itself is very useful. So if you are a regular searcher, if you are a good searcher, if you are very good in searching, you can earn in millions. So there are people who do this searching and earn millions of money. කොහොමද? ඒගොල්ලෝ search කරනවා අලුත් විස්තරයක් හම්බුනාම සමහරට ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ YouTube channel එකේ ඒක publish කරනවා. මම දැකලා තියෙනවා විශ්ව ලෝකේ එක channel තියෙන එක හදලා අලුතෙන් මොන හරි දෙයක් හම්බුනාම ඒගොල්ලෝ publish කරනවා. They publish in the mother tongue. So most of the Sri Lankans can listen and read or watch those movies. So what they do, basically they search and search. ඒගොල්ලෝ අලුත් තැන් වලින් දැනුම හොයලා ඒවා බෙදලා දෙනවා. Those are called researchers. But researching means something advanced. Researching means search the information, link it to the context, link it to what we have, the problem, and give his own ideas also and suggest something. So for an example, I did a research in my university. මම මගේ පශ්චාත්තුපාදී කරද්දි මාස්ටර් එක කරද්දි when I was doing my masters in Peradeniya University, I did a research. So my research interest was plant venation patterns. Plant venation pattern analysis. ඒ කියන්නේ දැන් අපේ අතේ තියෙනවනේ මොනවාද ඒවට කියන්නේ හස්තරේඛා කියලා. අතේ අත්ල ගත්තම මේ අතේ තියෙනවා මේ වගේ රේඛා ගොඩක් තියෙනවා fingerprint එකට අමතරව තව ඉරි ගොඩක් තියෙනවා අතේ. ඉතින් ඒකෙන් මිනිස්සෙක් අඳුර ගන්න පුළුවන් නේද? fingerprint එකෙන් කෙනෙක් අඳුර ගන්න පුළුවන්. So I just try to use same concept to identify a plant using its fingerprint, basically the venation pattern. So venation is something like this. මම මේක කරේ IT research එකකට. computer science research එකකට කරේ. හැබැයි මම ගස් ගැන තමයි හෙව්වේ. එතකොට මට පොඩ්ඩක් වැදගත් වුණා. I did biology for my A levels. So it was really useful. Sorry, not this one. Venation. Leaf venation means this. පත්‍ර ගහක තියෙන නාරටි වින්‍යාසය. So since I did biology, this topic was interesting for me. Because in my A levels, I did biology. I entered to the university even in biological science, but later I changed my field to IT because I started doing a degree with Columbia University related to IT. Then I said that previously also, I got a chance to get the best results from there. And then I thought the best field for me is ICT. So I did change my field and I joined with the ICT industry. First as a teacher, then as a software engineer, then as a manager and a lecturer. So likewise, I did many jobs in ICT industry. And my master's research was, it combined both ICT and ICT biology දෙක combine කරලා කරේ මේ වගේ එකක්. ඉතින් මම බැලුවේ දැන් අඹ ගස් වර්ග ගොඩක් තියෙනවනේ. ලංකාවේ තියෙනවා අඹ වර්ග කීයක් තියෙනවද? ඔයගොල්ලෝ දන්නවද? How many mango varieties in Sri Lanka? Yes? You know mango, no? Don't tell that you don't know mango. අඹ දන්නවනේ අඹ කියලා එකක් දන්නවද? දන්නේ නැහැ වගේ ඉන්නේ. Hello guys, can you hear me? Satira?
Yes, sir.
Okay. You know mango? You don't know?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So there are like 28 mango varieties in Sri Lanka. So mango varieties in Sri Lanka. So around 28, I found around this. I think there are around 28 mango varieties. So these are the varieties. I don't know. I did this like few years back. Now maybe some new varieties are also there. But I got these are the varieties in Sri Lanka. So some varieties are not there, but some varieties are there. So you can see a lot of varieties are there. This mango is not there, I think apple mango, whatever. Okay, in Sri Lanka, you can see. So it's around. So there are many, right? Here, Dampara, what? Hingura Godamba, Parrot mango, Giramba, Petiamba, Ratamba, Vellai Columbum, Wild mango, Allamba, Villat, Miyamba, Kohuamba, Pollamba, Papullamba, whatever. We have many varieties. So my research, actually mango is a kind of medicinal plant. I don't know whether you know, as IT people, you should know this. In eBay, eBay එකට ගිහිල්ලා බලන්න මේ mango leaves අඹ කොළ විකුණන්න තියෙනවා. Because the mango is a, here you can see from Sri Lanka, this person is from Sri Lanka. අඹ කොළ 100ක් විකුණනවා කීයද ඩොලර් 16කට රුපියල් 3000 අඹ ගස්වල කොළ ඉතුරු වෙන්නේ නැහැ ඔයාලා මේව දැක්කම ඔයාලටත් හිතෙනවා ඊට පස්සේ කොළ ටික විකුණලා දාන්න ඕන කියලා 100 mango leaves $16 means like 3,500 rupees. So there are people who sell that sold also. විකුණපු කට්ටියක් තියෙනවා දැන් මේක හේතුව this mango is basically here this is a very good thing because if you can make a powder from that, so that can be used as a herbal tea, right? That can be used as a herbal tea. The mango is here used as a herbal tea. Therefore, people are trying to sell mango leaves, dried and the powdered mango leaves. So it is very important. Traditional Sri Lankan medicine also mango is used. So basically, why I'm telling this because these are the opportunities. So yes, we are learning for ICT. We have to learn ER diagram. That is true. I'm not wasting your time, right? I'm not wasting your time by giving different directions. But what I'm telling, these are still useful for you, right? So here, dried mango leaves and all. So what my research was, I wanted to find distinguish the mango varieties by analyzing its leaves. අඹ කොළ ඔක්කොගෙම කොළ එක වගේනේ. ටිකක් එක වගේනේ. පුංචි පුංචි වෙනස්කම් තියෙනවා. මට ඕන උනේ කොළේ අනුව අඹ වර්ගය මොකක්ද කියන්නේ මොකද සමහර අඹ දැන් කාර්ත කොළඹ රට අඹ ගත්තම ගොඩක් වෙලාවට කොළ එක වගේ. ඔයගොල්ලෝ බලන්න නැත්තද කියන්නේ. එතකොට මට ඕන වුණා දැන් රට අඹ ගොඩක් වෙලාවට පාවිච්චි වෙනවා මෙඩිසින් වල ට්‍රැඩිෂනල් මෙඩිසින්. මට ඕන උනේ ඒකේ කොහොමද මොන මේක ඒ කියන්නේ අඹ කොළ කියුවම කවුරු හරි ඕන දැන් ඔයාලා දන්නේ නැනේ අඹ වර්ගේ අඹ ගහක් තියෙනවනේ සමහරට කොළ කවුරු හරි ගෙනත් දෙන්න පුළුවන්. කොළ වලින් ගහ මොකක්ද කියන්න ඔයාලට බෑනේ. But this is very useful in traditional medicine. That's why I have done that research. That's why I have done this research. That's why I did this research, and my finding was so it was possible to identify it slightly, but my research was only giving like 83% accuracy, 17% incorrect result, and got 83% correct result. So further, maybe the research can be further enhanced. The research එකක් කියන්නේ ඔය වගේ එකක්. ඒතර ඒක සර්ච් කරලා ගන්න බෑ. රිසර්ච් කියන්නේ ඔයාගේ findings දාන්න ඕනේ. ඒ වගේ මේ දැන් මෙතන තියෙනවා එයාගේ paper එක රිසර්ච් කරාම ගොඩක් වෙලා රිසර්ච් paper එකක් out කරන්න ඕනේ. You have to make it public. So people must read and comment you about your paper. So that's what this paper is, right? එයාගේ paper එක කිව්වම news paper එකක් නෙමෙයි මේක research paper එකක්. රිසර්ච් පේපර් එකක් කන්ෆරන්ස් එකක දාලා ආගියු කරලා ඩිස්කස් කරලා මිනිස්සු ඇග්‍රී වුණාට පස්සේ ඒක පිළිගන්නවා. ලෝකෙම ඒක පිළිගත්ත දෙයක් බවට පත් වෙනවා. ඉතින් මෙයාත් මේ වගේ ER මොඩල් එකක් ඉන්ට්‍රොඩියුස් කරලා තිනවා. ලෝකෙම ඒක පිළිගන්නවා. පීටර් චෙන් ඉන්ට්‍රොඩියුස් කරපු එක. ඒක තමයි මේ කතන්දරේ කියන්නේ. So this is the real story behind the ER diagrams. The person who introduced is Peter Chen. Right. So this was a kind of very good model, the well accepted, well known model for modeling the database. So basically, as I said, ER diagrams are used, yes, primarily to the design, database design, as I said, that is to database design. And not only that, in software engineering, so along with, so basically in entity relationship diagrams, in software engineering during the planning stage, I said that it's very important to plan. In planning stage, so this I would like to highlight. So where this ER diagram is used in the planning stage of the software project. So if you can just within the brackets here, මෙන්න මෙතන උනත් ලියවත් කමක් නැහැ. මේ හරි මෙතන හරි. Put a bracket and put this important statement. It's very, very important. So where it is used in the planning stage of software project. In the planning stage of software project, this is used. It's very important. Right. As always, we have this the 40-minute barrier, but it is not a barrier, just a breakthrough. If this disconnects, so please reconnect back to the same link. මේ link එකෙන්ම join වෙන්න. මොකද disconnect වෙයි. මේ link එකෙන්ම join වෙන්න, right? Okay, then we know that it is used in the planning stage, and they help to identify the different system elements and the relationship. It's often used as a basic for data flow diagrams. So ER diagrams can be used along with the data flow diagrams, DFDs. DFDs are also common in software engineering, but for DFDs also we need ER. ER especially for databases. ER can databases ma thawa. Okay, let's learn. Let's learn the symbols, because symbols are the next important thing here. So I think you better, again, you have to write down this ER diagram, symbols and the notations. ER diagram, symbols and notation. Please write that heading, ER diagram, symbols and notations. No need to color this, right? පාට කරන්න එපා. Only the symbol. Rectangle is entity. Ellipse is attribute. Diamond is the relationship. Double rectangle is a weak entity. Double ellipse, multi-value attribute. Double diamond is a weak relationship. So these are very simple. So please draw this in your book. මේ ටිකත් අඳ ගන්න පුතේ. ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවා නම් මෙතෙක් අහන්න.